Hey there everyone, today we're going to look at AI art, PlaygroundAI, and look at the tags with the comparison to the image by James Wheeler here. This is an open source image. Feel free to check them out. I want to give a little bit of credit, and so I'm showing that link below. Now for our first filter or tag that I'm using, all the pictures on PlaygroundAI is going to be at default settings unless I specify. And I'll try to run these quickly. Feel free to pause at any moment to check out the image for, viewing purposes, whatever. So here we have a sharp focus image. I won't talk too much about every image, but I just want to cover a little bit in the beginning. One is that the image or the AI has difficulty drawing the trees. So they might translate a lot to vegetation. As well as the rock and the distance of this rock to the waterfall, it'll look a lot closer. So it will have trouble translating that as well. The water itself may have multiple splits, and even the rock pattern as well is very different. For one, it doesn't show the same pattern, and it doesn't have the effect, that distance point of view. Those are some things just to anchor yourself and look at. Otherwise, feel free to do whatever you like. For our next image, we have the Unreal Engine. Now I did not include the tag Waterfall with the Unreal Engine. So it pulled all it could, right? Which is all these little widgets or errors you see here. And then it drew the image anyways. For example, it drew people, it drew red vegetation, it drew this like portal-like structure. It reminds me of some kind of magic runestone from a game. It even brought in little houses, and I guess you could call these houses too. Whatever it is, it brought in all this extra stuff. But if we include Waterfall with it, we can see that it's becoming this type of Unreal Engine or game type of waterfall. You still see red vegetation, probably pulling from somewhere. You still see the rock and the grass look similar to a 3D texture game. However, what you notice is that it's still having the same mistakes, trees for grass, and the distance point of view. We have global illumination, a popular filter in landscaping, but we can see that it does have some mess up, although it is quite a beautiful image on both in terms of rendering. Insanely detailed is another tag. Now, if we combine all these tags together, we get something incredible. In the middle, it reminds me of those PlayStation 2 games with the Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank type era, amazing, or Spyro the Dragon, whatever. And on the right, we see something more or closely related to PlayStation 1 or Nintendo 64 type of graphics. Incredible, both of them. No complaints. We have soft focus. We have 4K resolution. The Mornin effect, another popular landscape photography. We have the top right here showing a pink vegetation with a glow in the water here. Incredible. Unfortunately, the waterfall looks vastly different and possibly incorrect. We have ethereal glow. Dramatic effect. This is beautiful. I've seen these photos at the dentist all the time with this type of effect, right? Maybe you can sell your photos there. High saturation. You can see on the right, you get a completely different photo. Look at this. Where is the waterfall? It looks like we're pretty much zoomed in into the bottom of the waterfall, and it's creating more pools. Frequency separation. Now I included an artist. Let's use an artist. This is a popular artist on the platform. I put the image strength to 30% for the first one, 75% on the second one, which means that it's going to be closer to the image or closer to the artist as I increase. So for 30%, we have a loose way of doing it, and you can see that it looks quite well done. Except I see some kind of hand body feature here. I also see some type of fruit or eyeball. I have no idea what this is. And I see a lady on this one. So we have to really play around with that filter, otherwise basically we could be getting the whole lady from one of their works, such as the top right. Let's do 50%, and when we do that, we can see the middle one is amazing. Like, it looks pretty good. The second one as well. Other than this waterfall split and how the water comes down, if I were to crop the bottom of this photo, I think it did a good job. Here we have John Williams. Sometimes it doesn't do the best. Some artists are just harder to copy, I guess, or harder to reference for. We have a fantasy background. We have deep color. Notice that the waterfall is also messed up here, but the water, look at that. Look at that smear effect. Volumetric lighting. Boom. Amazing. However, this rock is kind of giving me some different type of feeling here. And of course, Vincent van Gogh. This is amazing. The middle here. I think we could do a better job with generation. But when I generated it again, I got this crazy guy. Now, I think it's great, but a little confused on where or how it looks like a waterfall if you don't have the reference image. But if you compare it to the image I have on the right, which is one of his works, I can kind of see where the AI is picking up from. Oil on canvas, one of my favorite tags. This is absolutely amazing. I would never be able to do something like this. I can judge the photo, but wow, like just the colors and everything looks great. You can totally have something else on the right, but still looks great. And of course the water color and ink illustration. This is incredible. I would say this is probably one of the best pictures that I've generated based on the reference image. We have the waterfall. I know it's a little bit cut up here, but look at it. Other than the trees and stuff, it looks like it references image so well, creating something amazing. The one on the right is not bad either. I know it doesn't look the same, but wow. Now, with this in mind, covering all these images, I would say it's quite difficult to get the exact image you want, but to generate something new, to generate a mock-up, or get ideas, I think the AI art does that really well at this point in stage. I can't wait to see what else can be done, and I'm sure if you played with the masking feature, you might get closer to what you want. So good luck with that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment below what you thought about the Playground AI art that we generated.